everybody. I hope everybody's having a great day. So what is this episode about? We're going to talk about something a little more incendiary. We're going to talk about the just as good as syndrome. I'm going to preface this by saying, if you catch yourself saying just as good as, you're a liar. Doesn't matter what it is. Epiphone guitars are just as good as Gibsons. Squier is just as good as a genuine Fender. We all know about those arguments. Now I'm going to say something wild. What if I were to say, my Presonus 32S is just as good as an SSL console? Oh, that's wild, isn't it? It's also wrong. The reason I have what I have is because I cannot afford an SSL desk. Would I love to have one? Yes! But those things cost as much as a freaking house. But if I said, this is just as good as, I'm not being intellectually honest. When I started noticing differences in my production quality, it was directly correspondent to how much I was spending on my gear. You go, no, that's not true. That's impossible. It's absolutely true. One of the biggest things I did for my kick drum sound was get a Sennheiser kick mic. That was a game changer. That was my first expensive microphone. If that gives you any idea, everything else I had was like from yard sales, hand-me-downs, and things that I had found. I think I recorded vocals on a AKG Perception 100 up until 2015. And I only upgraded to an MXL 67. It's an $80 mic, or at least it was back then. The difference was night and day. And before any of those, I had an MXL 990 that I use as a talkback microphone in the control room. I started really getting into studio monitors and microphones probably in, 2019. I was mixing on KRK Rocket 8s for a long time. And before that, I was mixing on Fostex PMO4s and M Audio Carbon BX5s, which aren't bad. Those are okay. I don't like where they put their port, but one of the best records I ever mixed I did on that stuff. There's all kinds of gear that you're letting get in your way, whether that's your microphones that you've got to EQ correct for, whether that's your interface limiting how you can get the sound into the machine in the first place, whether that's your monitoring system limiting how you hear things back. I've got a 5-way monitoring system, and I still don't feel like it's enough. Gear matters, just not the way you think. Do mechanics use Harbor Freight? Nah, there's people that are looking for a real cheap tool to do things once, something that'll get them through one project and get it done. The mechanics use Snap-on, expensive tools that they use every single day, that provide results every single day. Music's not that different. When you start investing in your craft, you're going to notice a very large difference in how your projects start coming out. Now, each one of those separate things doesn't amount to quite as much, but cumulative, that's a big difference. That's a really big difference. All right, I hope that everyone is having a wonderful day. Remember, I'm not rich. I'm not famous. I don't know everything. But it's been a hell of a ride. We'll catch you out there.